graduate from Georgia Southern University, but what's more impressive is that she has been a part of the backbone of Speros for the last 26 years. She came in and has worked her way through the ranks, has a near encyclopedic knowledge of all of the phases, having worked through all the different components of the business from sales, information, installation, business assessment. There is no piece of this puzzle that she's not proficient in, which makes her uniquely qualified to kind of walk us through this process. I am very, very grateful that the IT needs of my business does not depend on me. That would be very bad. We would have those little Flintstone tablets with the birds cranking out the memos all day long. That's about my technology speed. But fortunately, Heather is an expert, knowing every aspect, I mean, from the blueprints to the building codes to the cabling to the main distribution frames. If you don't understand it, that's okay, because she does. So she's going to come and talk to us today about ways that small business owners can avoid getting hacked, which I am hearing, and I'm sure Heather will address, most, and I'll tell you my mindset as a small business owner, I'm too little, they don't want me. And that's changing. And I've seen that change amongst my peers and the type of information that is being compromised. So goldfish are no longer immune. So please help me in welcoming Heather, and she can teach you how to defend your business.
How about this one?
Yes.
On. Now? Okay. Let's turn this one on. All right.
Y'all want to hear a joke about pizza? Yeah. No, it's too cheesy.
Thank you, Allison. Again, like she said, my name is Heather Radtke. I'm with Speros. Can you hear me? No. On? How about now?
No.
It's on. How about now?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Technology, I love it. Again, I'm Heather Radtke with Speros. I give myself a little shameless plug here to start with. I've been at Speros 26 years. I graduated from Georgia Southern. I've been, between my college career and this, I've been in technology the whole time. So again, I do want you to know I'm familiar with this stuff. I do know what I'm talking about, and it has all to do with real businesses that are here in Savannah, just like yourself. Allison pointed out a very good thing I want to bring up, and it's part of my presentation today, is that I cannot tell you how many business owners I've had meetings with that say, I'm just a little business in Savannah, Georgia. They wouldn't bother me. They wouldn't come after me. They don't know it's you. You're just an IP address that has an opening, has an unlocked door. I try to make things relatable because IT is very complicated, very hard to explain to the layperson. But if somebody's robbing houses or cars, they're going to try the ones that are unlocked first before they go to the trouble to bust a lock or break in. The easy pickings are the ones that aren't protecting yourself. And that's what I try to tell everybody. They don't know that you're a little company in Savannah, Georgia. They just know you have an open IP address or a simple password 123 password. Okay, so take that vision completely out of your mind. I'm going to start this presentation with it says 5 ways small business owners can avoid getting hacked. All right, there they are. I'm not waiting till the end. You're going to write anything down. Write this down. This slide right here. We're going to go a little bit more in depth, but I'm going to cover these are the 5 things that every small business has to have nowadays. It's not a should have or recommended. Must have. Like this is a must. This is just like you have to have employees, you have to pay taxes, you have to have a phone number, you have to have furniture, you have to have a firewall. Okay? You have to have antivirus. And I'm not talking about the free stuff, okay? It's free for a reason. I mean, you get what you pay for. All businesses must have a business class spam filter for their email. You must keep all systems fully patched, use complex passwords and change them regularly. I know that's a pain, everybody hates it, but it's crucial. It just is. Just get over it. You have 5 million passwords in your life. Come with some routine or passphrases are easy to remember, but I think it's just, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, you'll be a victim. And I cannot tell you, everybody knows a victim or has been a victim in this room. And I bet you if I ask the question, more than 10 hands will go up. And you have to do backups. Number 5 is the most important thing on this list. It's to get out of jail card, okay? And I'll go over that more in detail, but I wanted to just go, these are the 5 things. Basically, again, jot them down, put them on the back of your business card. Go back to your IT person in-house. If you subcontract to somebody, you better have a conversation about these 5 things. Just today, before I came to this meeting, I'm literally printing out this presentation. And I got a call from one of my largest customers. They're a statewide organization. The CEO almost wire transferred $75,000 to a bad guy, to a crook. What they did was they spoofed the CFO's or the CEO's email address. An email went to the money person saying, I need you to wire transfer $75,000 to this account. It looked like a completely legitimate email. It was off by 1 character. So the lady didn't see it. It was so-and-so at so-and-so.com. Looked like her email address. She went to do the wire transfer. She mistransposed it by one digit. She made a mistake putting the number in. She said, do this wire transfer $75,000 to this account. The president of the company gets an email, from the bank. I'm so sorry, we can't do this wire transfer. There's a number wrong. And the owner's going, what wire transfer? What are you talking about? And I'm like, I didn't ask for this wire transfer. And through looking at emails, they figured out that somebody had spoofed her email to the CFO to wire transfer $75,000 out of their account. And if she hadn't did the digits by 1 digit, it would have gone through and they'd have lost $75,000. And then by trying to track it down in the feds, which they're already involved, my office has already called that, but they did all this. They did all of this. Everything they've done right. That's how easy it is to get hacked nowadays, you guys. You've got to be vigilant on everything you do electronic. Let's just go into a little bit of, this is what I just mentioned, okay? This is the most important slide, I think, besides the third one. The weak link. Even if you address all 5 items to ensure you have good security, there's a civil weak link and it's human factor. And that's basically what the bad guys are doing. So the bad guys realize that we're putting in firewalls. We're putting in antivirus. We're putting in anti-spamware. The marketplace is getting smarter and it's getting harder for them to get through these protections. So now what are they picking on? They're picking on you. They're picking on the employees. They're picking on the business owner that's not paying attention. They're too busy. They got way too much stuff going on. They're flying through their loads of emails that come in, and they're not paying attention to the email. And they click on a bad link, they open a bad attachment, they go to a bad website, and you did it. You just infected the whole company. It happens every day. Every day. So, again, all companies need to train their staff to become human firewalls. That's the new term you're going to hear a lot about in the next coming days. Today's worst threat right now is ransomware. Who in the room has heard of ransomware? Who is willing to raise their hand and say they got ransomware or their company got ransomware? You're a brave man. I applaud you for saying it. It's hard because people don't want to admit they did that happened to them. I personally have had our own clients that have done it. The office manager that I've known for 15 years that knows, that's smart, that she gets it. She said, Heather, I was waiting for a UPS package. I got that email with the tracking number and I thought it was, I didn't pay attention to the email it came from. I clicked the link, and she infected her whole office with ransomware. She was so upset. She's so beside herself that she had to go to the owner and say, it was me, I did this. And thank goodness she had backups, and we were able to restore them to previous time, because it takes a couple days, so you don't even know what happens. That's the bad thing. You think it's a bad link, you click off, you go on about your business, in 2 days, the screen flashes up on your screen. Your computer's either all locked out, or it just says you're encrypted, and you have to pay a ransom to get your data back. And it's not just one type of ransomware. It's all what people say, well, why can't the police just stop it? They come out with over and over and over again different kinds. There's like 40 different kinds of ransomware right now. It's to the point that ransomware is for sale in the black market. So a really, really smart high school kid could get his hands on it and be doing it from his house or his dorm. It's not like big, bad, smart people out in the world are doing it. It's like filtered down now to a level that You don't have to be super smart. You just have to buy the ransomware and then deploy it and hope you don't get caught. That's the level we're at with ransomware. But just to read these stats, attacks increased 6,000% increase from 2015 to 16, according to IBM. 40% of all junk mail is spam containing ransomware. 59% of all infections come through your email. 59% of all the infections are coming through email. Ransomware costs U.S. businesses over $75 billion. Follow the money. It's not going to stop if they're making that much money, guys. So we have to be diligent. We have to talk in these forums, and you have to talk to your employees, and you have to talk to your friends. This is something that's going to affect all of us. Closer look at ransomware. I'm going to try to scare you a little bit more. These are all real facts. But nobody talks about it. The news doesn't cover this stuff. So this is why I'm trying to come to these meetings and share this information so that the business community is aware of this stuff. 72% of surveyed IT firms reported attacks on their clients. That would be me. I'm sure there's other IT companies in the back of the room. I know they would probably say the same thing. Reported infections of 56,000 every month. Reported infections. That's only the ones that raised their hand that said that it happened to them. Less than 25% of ransomware attacks are reported. Attacks are expected to double in 2017. 70% of the businesses paid the ransom. And they paid the ransom because they didn't have any other way. They didn't have a backup that they could rely on to not pay the ransom. So as I mentioned, number 5 in that slide, 5th item, backups, the absolute most important thing you guys should do, walk away from this meeting. 20% of businesses paid more than $40,000. Now, I mean, there's a lot of big numbers you see. They're the ones that hit the news, but there's a lot of people that get hit by this, don't have reliable backups, and they pay the ransom. And it's not, 40,000, but it's, 5,000, 10,000. The longer you wait, the higher it goes. And there's no guarantee you're going to get it back. There is no absolute guarantee that you give these people that money and you're going to get the data. And when you do pay it and they give you it back, it comes in like the slow boat to China. It's not like, okay, here, give my data. No, it's like you pay and then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and the whole time your employees are doing nothing. Your business is brought to a halt. It is so business disruptive. If you count up how many people you have on your payroll, and you have to either send them home and they're at a loss, you're missing payroll, or you have to pay them, whichever the case may be, and they're doing nothing, essentially. Most businesses face at least 2 days of downtime. This is average, this is stats. These are the big ones you probably heard about. Hollywood, Presbyterian, just all sorts of industries. Municipal, authority, and they paid. These are the big ones that hit the news, but I can tell you, I know of probably 15 off the top of my head. I can name in Savannah. There were huge firms that you would not think that would happen to. Predictions. The movement towards ransomware as a service will continue to make ransomware a broader range, less sophisticated actors, like I mentioned earlier. This is another one that's going to hit the news a lot, which you'll hear about besides ransomware this year, is attackers can begin to use malware to take control of devices. You heard the Internet of Things? You guys heard that phrase, the Internet of Things? Basically what that means is all the devices that are connected to the Internet. Your refrigerator that's got that shopping thing on it, your thermostat, your garage door opener, your light bulbs, your air conditioning. That's the Internet of Things. That's that broad category. Your car that does your driving. You know what I'm saying? Everything that has some kind of program that can be controlled by the Internet or an app-based device. Think of all the different things in your world, that cameras, everything. Those are going to be, that's what's next on the hit list for these guys, is to take control of a power plant and ransom it, take control of somebody's car. Medical devices, think about all the insulin pumps and the medical devices that back in the day when they built them, they didn't build them in security, because nobody thought they would hack into a medical device. So that's going to be the next thing you're going to be reading about and hearing about on the news, just as far as predictions go. What to look for? Again, strange and unexpected emails. Open the email and see where it's from. See if that's a legitimate source before you open it. What they're doing now is they used to take an email and they would attach a bug to the email, and they would send it to you. And as soon as you open the email, you got the infection. We just kind of got wise to that. We're all like, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to open that. I'm not sure about that. So that's dropped off. So now that they've gotten smarter with this, they send you an email and it has no attachments in it at all. but they trick you into clicking a link. It's a UPS shipment. Here's a fax. Here's a click this link to go to this document and win the free prize. They look like there's the bank statement. Here, click here to go access your bank statement. They look like they fake it very, very well. I mean, pro faking on the emails. You really have to pay attention. But as soon as you click that link and you take yourself to that site, you just got it. You just got it. So, again, all I can say is be diligent. Take the extra seconds. If there's a strange email, don't open it. If you have any questions, send it to your IT professional and ask them. They'll quickly look at it and say, real, fake. All you have to do is send it to your IT person, company. Is this real or is this fake? But don't open it. And just don't. Slow or lagging computers response, pop-up windows that you can't close, strange emails that people are saying that they got a strange email from you. A lot of times one of the latest things I've heard is that one of the new ransomware versions is if I get the ransomware, instead of having to pay to get my data back, I have to infect 2 of my friends before I get my data back. So they're doing it as social media ransomware. Tell me that's not scary. Yeah. So if you get that long-lost person you haven't talked to in a long time, and all of a sudden you get this, hey, buddy, don't click the link. Strange programs on your website that ask for credentials. Again, if it's something that just piques the back of your sense that says, take that extra 2 seconds and look at it more thoroughly. Going back to those items that we mentioned about firewalls. A business class firewall is your first line of defense. It's the screen between your network and the rest of the world. Does that make sense? Like a screen door. If you have a screen door, bugs, insects, everything terrible flying around just can't fly right in your network. Okay? It also helps block spam and bad websites, and it also controls where users go. Because the user can go to a bad website and bring something back. So it's not just somebody bad knocking on the door trying to get in your network. Your users can go to bad sites. So if you block your users from going to bad sites, you're helping yourself out as well as controlling internet access, because they always say my computers are slow, and little do they know 3 people in the back are downloading their Netflix movies they're going to watch at lunchtime. That slows the entire internet down for the office, which is unproductive. Or they decide to play Pandora and they wonder why things are running so slow. So firewalls can control all the users and what they have access to and what they do. If you think that you have a firewall because you have a modem from your internet carrier, and I'm trying to be politically correct and not say different companies, but if you are getting it from the carrier that you're getting the internet from, it is not a commercial grade firewall. Remember the locks in your bedrooms that have a little button, and you press the button and you close the door and you felt like they have the hole on the other side used to safety pin or Q-tip to push it. If you want to call a firewall, that would be the equivalent of that firewall. It's the push and button lock that you had in your bedroom when you were a kid. A business class firewall. Those business class firewalls are not found at Best Buy, and they're not something you can read about and put in yourself. I'm sorry, they have to be put in by a professional. Antivirus software on all computers. This is not, again, don't do the free one that comes with the machine. Again, that's, pay for a decent antivirus and put it on every machine and make sure it stays up to date. Malware and antivirus, that keeps your user, again, they come in, they brought their thumb drive from their kid, the kid had homework on it, or the latest trick is people take thumb drives, nice ones, they load them with viruses, and they leave them around business centers on the ground. Your kids or yourself, you're walking down the street, you see a thumb drive, wow, I'm gonna pick that up, look, I just got myself a free 10 gigabyte thumb drive with a virus on it, and you go back to your office and you plug it in your computer and you just infect yourself and anybody else that it can crawl into. So antivirus software, don't cut corners like I mentioned. Trend Micros, one of the ones I like the best. Just try to put some names on there so you're familiar, but there's about 30 different ones that are good. Just do some research on them. They're not expensive, okay? That's another thing. Everybody thinks it's the business owners, these are really expensive items. They're not. These are not deal breakers. Everything on this page is going to be, well, the first 2 items for sure are less than the cost of your internet a month. I mean, these are not expensive things, okay? Anti-spam. Like I saw in that slide earlier, it mentioned about how many percentage of bad emails come through email. Anti-spam is going to stop that. okay? Have a commercial grade, good anti-spam to run your business email through. It's important. It really does cut down on the amount of emails that even get presented to you and your staff. Keep your systems patched. You always hear the IT guys talk about this, and you probably never knew or understood what it was about. But Microsoft and Apple, all these guys that make the software, they come out with these updates all the time. And I know they're annoying, but they're usually a security patch. So keep them up to date. If you're getting flagged on your computer because it needs an update, do the update. If your phone's updating, it wants to do an update, do the update. What they're 90% of them are, they found a hole, and this is a patch to fix that hole, so that the bad guys can't get in. So just know that you need to do that. It's not like we should, or the IT professionals are trying to milk hours out of any of you guys. That's not the case at all. IT guys hate doing them, because it causes other problems sometimes if they haven't been tested. So we hate doing them, but we know we have to do it. It's one of those things you just have to do it. It's like, just have to do it. But on your personal stuff at home, keep your personal stuff up to date. You know, your personal computers, if you're back so many revisions on security updates, you're way more vulnerable than if you don't. Keep those up to date. And don't use old unsupported software. How many people, please, hopefully nobody raises their hand, how many people in this room still have a XP box? Nobody? All right, gotta get rid of it.
No, not connected.
All right, good. As long as it's not attached to anything, you're fine. But old unsupported software, they really go after. Because at that point, all the security updates stop, and they can find their way in easy peasy. So again, when your IT professional comes to you and says you have old software, it's about to be unsupported by Microsoft or unsupported by Apple, do that upgrade. Do it. Keep up to that. It's the only way you're going to keep ahead. There's only a chance that we have of keeping ahead of the bad guys. And that's the whole point of this, is to stay one step ahead of them. Okay? And use complex passwords. I know everybody's had speakers, and how many people change their passwords regularly? Kind of, sort of. How many have complex passwords? Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it's that direction than the other. So you guys use passphrases? Use like a comment or a statement? Right. That's good. Or like you use the letters and symbols and all that good stuff. So even if you don't change it often, at least if it's complex, that's giving you a better shot. But yeah, that's really important as well. Backups. I'm going to stop here for a second and talk about backups. It is the get out of jail card I mentioned earlier. If you get an attack, and it's not a matter of when you're going to be attacked, or if you get attacked, it's when you get attacked. Because every small business in here somebody's going to get an email that has a ransomware in it. It's just a matter of if somebody clicked it. If you took the bait, somebody in here is going to take the bait. Okay? So your get out of jail card is your backups. So here's my point about backups. They have to be separate from the computer that, I'm saying, whether it's a computer or server, they can be in a separate source. It's best for them to be in the cloud or off-site. The biggest thing is revisions. You have to be able to go back to the 15-minute increments before that person clicked on that bad link. So it's not just one, I had a backup from last month. If you get caught tomorrow with you got to go back a month. You lost a month's worth of data. If you do backups every day or every half a day or every 15 minutes, your IT person can go back to the 15-minute increment of before you caught that virus. So the amount of information lost and business lost is minimized. So it's really important. The next biggest thing about backups is that you test them. If you have not tested your backup in the last 3 months, then you consider you don't have them. Okay? You got to test them regularly. You got to get email alerts that they happened and they didn't happen. You got to watch them. It's the only thing that's protecting small businesses from these kind of ransomware attacks. So again, I cannot emphasize with you enough today to go back and have a conversation about backups. On your home computers, you guys have home PCs, back up to the cloud. Do it often, do it regular, set it up on a schedule. This is all stuff that you set it and forget it, and you get an email that says it happened every day. Yep, backups happen, backups happen. This is not rocket science. This is simple now. It's not, you don't have to go in the closet and change the tapes anymore, guys. We're way beyond that, okay? Anybody still doing tape backups? Now that I get it set up, you get emails that say it happens. If it doesn't happen, you can check it, but you gotta test them. Don't panic. Again, if you feel like something's going on, disconnect the computer from the network, check the logs, try to find out what kind of issue you've got going on, whether it was a virus or this ransomware. Communicate. You have to figure out who's affected by this. Are my customers affected? Did I just leak credit cards? Did I leak social security numbers? What did you just release out in the world? You have to have that plan. You all have to think about that ahead of time. Break the news to your business partners. Again, you all see in the news how they sound like they really beat on the companies that don't come out and are forthright with that information. So think about it ahead of time, because when it happens, it's quite panicky. And get help. Again, call your IT company when that happens, so they can try to mitigate it as quick as possible and get you back up and working. Above all, understand your needs, stay vigilant, inform your risk of your cyber attack. Could happen in your company and have your reputation in your future. So, anybody have any questions? I know it's kind of a hard topic, but anybody have any questions about